This video is for those who bought the layer painter add-on. See on this thread that there are some people are asking for tutorials. I don't know everything about the add-on, but I think I know enough how to start with the add-on. Add-on is quite complex at the background, and maybe also when you start with the layer painter add-on. So let's dive into it. First thing is you want to click on layer painter. You have already a material layer painter, and you click activate layer painter add-on and then reset material. That is to make this material compatible, or to prepare the material to work with all those settings. So the layer painter add-on starts here. The layers for cube in this case, and it goes down. It has then settings, base texture, and baking. The first thing you want to look at is where we don't have any layers yet. It says also no layers in material. So you click on this icon and you can add a layer. So now we can do some things. You can see layers the same as in GIMP. So if we add a layer, we can paint on it, and then we can mix the two layers together. So like that. But in Blender 3D, we are dealing with very different kind of channels than the channels we have in GIMP. To see what channels we are dealing with, you can click on here, and there you see these are the channels. So maybe in GIMP you have RGB channels, like every layer has RGB, each layer, but in Blender we have, for each layer we have all these channels. So if we make another layer later, we have again all these channels. Now we have activated only the albedo, and if you scroll down, you can adjust the color like here. But maybe more interesting is to click on this icon, and then if you click here, you can navigate to a material and go to my Quixel library. And let's add sand. So let's say sand fine, and we add an albedo texture. Let's change this to another view so maybe we can see it better. So we have sand over here. It's only albedo, and normally you want also other channels to activate. For example, I want to add normal as well. I'm curious, by the way, what happens when I do this? Nothing, it seems. But anyway, I want to have a normal texture, of course. And there I see this kind of texture. Then let's also add the roughness. So we scroll down, and there should be roughness indeed. So I click on this. Yeah, I can also do adjust roughness. The slider can also load texture. That's a little more memory, but we have memory enough for now. Let's see if we have this on non-color, and then the normal must be also on non-color. And this should be sRGB. Okay, so then let's add another layer. So you see we have a lot of buttons. So sometimes you get you're losing your way. But the order to work with this, I would always look at the layer first, and what layer are you working? And then you look in what channel are you working. You can click on this one. And then you can decide what you want to do with that. Do you want to add a mask, a filter, or an effect? So first layer, then a channel, and then what you want to do with it. So let's add another layer. That's this one. So when you go to GIMP, you have here also layers, and here you have this row of buttons, and that is comparable maybe to this. Also, always name your layers. So this is sand, because I'm pretty sure you will get confused. So now I'm in layer grass. I'm in the albedo channel, and if I scroll down, I can navigate to a grass texture, or let's look for moss. Albedo. Then, if you go up, if you go up, you see your mapping, and then you can scale mapping like that. So you see now grass everywhere, but I want to see only grass on a few places. So in the grass layer, then I go to mask and the albedo, or maybe let's try first the full layer, because I want to affect also all the other things, like roughness, normal, etc. later. So grass, and then a full layer, masks, and then I want to add one of those masks. And I click for indeed detailed musgrave. And now I see grass appearing on some places. So I scroll up, then I go to this layer, to the layer settings. Let's add also a normal. I scroll down, scroll here. And we can adjust the strength. And you see, we are adjusting the strength view only for the normal. Let's see if that's right. We are in the channel layer. All right, now, so what you choose here affects the mask, the filters, or the vector. So let's say if I want to change the sand, let's go and select the sand first. Then let's say we want to make the sand lighter. So we select the layer, then you select the channel. So layer, channel, and then what you want to do. I always forget that. So again, what layer, what channel, and what you want to do. So sand, albedo, what I want to do is filters. Then I add a filter, and then I look for, I think I go for, I'm not a big fan to play with brightness and contrast for albedo, because the formula looks a little bit broken. I think I have to go for RGB curves, I think. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try the contrast. So the sand, albedo, what I want to do, out filter, then brightness contrast. That's pretty dangerous because look at what happens. Quite some strange things happens because the formula behind this is I think not suitable for the RGB values. We can use it, but we have to be careful. We might break some things. So that is the basic thing, the most important thing. You can go on and on. You can add mask. Let's see what we can, what I didn't discuss. So we have mask, filters. We had that. Yeah, you have also Vextor FX, but I think that's out of scope of this tutorial. There are interesting things like anti-tile. I'm not sure what mapping is. Oh yeah, oh, right, that's the scale is also handy. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, that's nice. Then maybe that will help you if I open something else. I show you this one. So I have a material, and a material in layer painter. It can have several layers on top, like in GIMP. In each layer, we have several channels. So then albedo, metallic roughness, etc. It's like what you see in a shader. We see here metallic, well, specular that is not really used because most materials have this value of specular. And it's only useful when you have when you don't want reflections on some parts of a material. For example, when you have fabric and there are holes in the fabric, and often on texture that is black, and if you have reflection on that, that looks a bit ugly. And then in that case, you turn the specular down on those black dots. But normally, the specular is around 0.5 for nearly all materials, and that's why I think there is no specular channel in here. But correct me if I'm wrong. So, and then we have a material, and material can have several layers, and one layer has lots of channels, and each channel can have a mask. So you can then mix, for example, albedo with the previous layer and the next layer. If you put a mask on there, you can then mix those albedo layers. Then you have a filter, so you can, per channel, you can have a filter as for adjustments, like what we have seen a while ago with the roughness. And then you have Vextor FX, like anti-tile and etc. So loads of more things to do in the add-on, but I cannot discuss that in one video. For example, you can make your own Vextor FX and filters, I think. So you can save that, and there is, I forgot what it was, there are several other things, but maybe I discuss that in the next video. And by the way, Joshua, if I pronounce that well, he is working on an update, and that looks pretty interesting. So keep an eye on this thread here, and maybe if I have time I come with an update. Alright, so let me see if I forgot something, because I made some more things. So open. Oh yeah, so maybe this is also handy. So at the background, this is then the node setup. It will take you maybe 10 minutes to expand this node, because everything is on top of each other. So this is the very basic setup. So you have here a principled shader, and these are now the channels. So channels for basic color, that is albedo, subsurface, and you see indeed the specular is not used. And then roughness, transmission, and then you can mix the normals. It works also with the height, and you can also mix normal maps. So the height maps, those are the grayscale textures, and the normal maps are those bluish kind of textures. So maybe that gives you a little bit an idea. So we have one layer here. We go to settings, we have the albedo. If I disable that, then you see, so that's the albedo. And if we add another layer, so this, you see what happens. So everything is the same, but it's now going to mix the albedo channel, because we have here, we have here albedo, and we have here only the albedo channels activated. So that means in the whole basic node setup, we are now only mixing the albedo channels. But if we have here roughness, so we go to the first layer, roughness, and then you see something going on here. So, and if I go over here, roughness. Anyway, then you see that this roughness is over here. That is only mixing the roughness. Another layer, again, only albedo. If I remove the albedo, it goes away. So layer, we discussed auto filter. We can group, I didn't discuss that. You can drag, the dragging is not possible, but you can drag layers like that. Alright, I think that's enough for the first video, longer than I thought, but I hope that's helpful. Alright, thank you for watching.